That will bring your stress levels down. Now you got your emergency fund. You're showing your family how you did it. You guys are having fun in the process. Family is no longer a topic to fear. And that's how you get through the F. Right before your eyes, I am making my attempt to come off the top of my head and use the alphabet to show you give you 26 different tips you need to do to improve your finances this year. It's early in the year, so what better way to start than now? How ironic is it that the word finances starts with an F? Now, you would think I would start with finances, but I'm not. The whole topic is finances. You know what I want to talk about first? I want to talk about your family. Let's talk about your family first. Here's why. It takes a community, it takes a tribe, if you will, it takes a supporting cast that you have to surround yourself with if your finances are ever going to grow. If you're ever going to improve your money, you can't have a group of family members, or how about this F, or friends who don't support your endeavors. Now, this does not mean when you get in business, expect all your family members and friends to support you. If you do that, you're sadly mistaken. I tell people all the time, you don't get in business for your family and friends to support your business anyway. It's welcome, right? It's a good feeling, but you didn't get in business for them to purchase. If you open up a McDonald's franchise, y'all like how I use as many F's as possible. If you open up a McDonald's franchise and your family does not come and eat burgers every single day, a Big Mac every week, you're not gonna call your cousin and say, hey man, we need y'all to come eat some fries. See how I use my F's? Hey man, we need you to come get some shakes. We need you to come get a cheeseburger. You're not depending on your family and friends to maintain your business. So why is it that we depend on our family and friends to make us wealthy? What you need from your family and friends is simply their support. You don't have to push me toward my goal, but definitely don't try to pull me away from it. And I've been in business 25 years now, working right here out of my house, and I see it all the time. The number one thing that knocks people off of their financial goals is the negative suggestions of friends, family, relatives, and acquaintances. That's the number one thing I see. The number one thing that would knock you off your financial goal is negative suggestions of friends, family, relative, and acquaintances. The only way to combat that is to surround yourself with a friendly, another F, alliance with 2 or more individuals who will back you with your plan and purpose. The antithesis of negative friends and family is a friendly alliance. For those who not follow me, the opposite of negative friends and family members is a friendly alliance with 2 or more individuals who will back you with your plan and purpose. That's why I started this challenge. I want you guys to see that when it comes to money and wealth and abundance, you are not alone. I want you guys to see that we have a community of people that believe that you deserve more. You got a community of people who believe that you should be getting paid more than you actually are right now. We got a community of people who believe in here's another F, your future should look better than your past. So let's tackle this future real quick. I talk about this every time I go on stage, and I will never ever forget the day this clicked for me. Your future is being created right now. When it comes to your finances, there's really no such thing as your future. And there's really no such thing as your past. The only tense that really matters is your present. And here's why I say that. Yesterday, you were calling today tomorrow. So just yesterday, you were referring to today. This happens to be filmed on a Sunday. You were calling today tomorrow, just yesterday. Now, tomorrow, you will refer to today as yesterday. So what that means is if yesterday, today was tomorrow, and tomorrow, today will be called yesterday, then there's really only one tense, and that's today. So if your finances are not where you want to be, don't get discouraged. Those are some things you did in your past that landed you exactly where you are now. So if you want your future finances to look different, since we're tackling F today, let's talk about your future finances. If you want your future finances to look different, you got to do something when? Today, because you're developing your finances for the future now. That's the mental shift a lot of people aren't making. They can't make it. When my lights were off and my gas was off, yes, I've had all of this happen. People see me today when my lights were off, when my gas was off, when my water was off, when I was borrowing a friend's car, when I lost a house. I had enough wherewithal in that moment to say, you know what? This is all a result of some past decisions I made. This situation that I'm in currently does not define me. But what I do have to do is do something different right now so my future will look brighter. Guys, whatever you do, please don't let your current temporary situation define your future permanent situation. That's something you guys got to distinguish. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we don't surround ourselves with negative friends and family when it comes to our finances. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we offset negative friends and family with a friendly alliance with 2 or more individuals who will back you with your plan and purpose. The third thing we're going to do is make sure that we don't confuse our past with our future, because we're developing our future in the present. That's why your windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror for a reason. You're supposed to be looking forward. Too many of you guys look backwards as it relates to your money. And here's the only way you guys can get this, one of the ways to get this handled. When it comes to finances, here's what I've learned, and my finances skyrocketed when I started to do this. Have some fun. You got to have fun with it, right? Why do you think they try to teach you fun with money games? Cash flow quadrant. It's a lot of fun. Get out of the rat race. How can we grow our assets to get out of the rat race, right? Monopoly. It's a lot of fun. They're trying to show you how to get 4 houses, 1 hotel. Get your butts to boardwalk. Don't go to jail. This is where the expensive real estate is. They're trying to show you with games how money can be fun. But here's why money is not a fun topic for a lot of people. It goes back to the first F, because our family didn't talk about it at the dinner table. See, one thing about me, my son, for example, he's involved in my business, right? Beane Acres, for example, those meet me for the first time. I have 20 acres that I use to for outdoor events, weddings, Airbnb, lakes, fishing, fundraisers, vintage car cruise-ins, you name it. 20 acres. We can do whatever we want, and you guys are all welcome to come to my events, right? I show him when the revenue hits the account that the property bought. I show him how much we made today from this booking. I show him the revenue that the wedding is going to bring for 4 hours of use. I show him what 4 nights or 5 nights is going to look like. I let my family in on the revenue. Most of us were taught, don't you talk about money. See? So at your dinner table, it was a closed topic. I'm not saying let your children know what your salary is, but I would let my children know how much the bills are. I would let my children know how much my revenues are. There's a difference. If you're uncomfortable letting your family, or your children in this case, know about your income, at least let your children know how much revenue you're generating so they can start thinking like yesterday's E, an entrepreneur. You got to make it a fun family affair. I'll tell him, look, man, hey, Dad took a loss today. Dad put some money in something, and the person I paid, it just didn't pan out. But it's a lesson in that, so I can show him how I won't hire a person like that again. Hey man, you remember all the revenue we put into Beane Acres, right? I mean, all the money we put into Beane Acres, developing it, cutting the 4-wheeler trails, cleaning out the pond, painting the house, redoing the screened-in porch, building the back deck, tearing down the steps, putting in the koi pond, putting in hardwood floors. Kai, you remember all those appliances? Well, look what came in today. Now do the math. How long will it take at this number of rentals to get the money I invested back? You gotta make finances fun in the family. As long as you're running from the topic and not sharing it with your kids and afraid to talk about it and afraid they're gonna judge you and then guess what? They start to fear the money conversation. How about that for another F? They fear talking about money. So in your family, finances are ruled by fear, and they'll never have fun. I told y'all I'm the Jay-Z of keynotes, right? Self-proclaimed. So have fun. Don't have fear and be afraid to discuss money with your family. Make finances a family affair, and surround yourself with a community of people. Let me give you one more F before I go. Fund, F-U-N-D. How important is your miniature emergency fund? Now, there's several funds that you need to be developing, right? And we teach this all day, every day in our organization and our platforms. But a miniature emergency fund is $3,000 that you can touch at all times. Everybody should have $3 grand cash. At your age right now watching this video, do you know if you work between the ages of 18 and 65, $1 million will pass through your hands? Why is it that you've been working as long as you've been working and you don't have $3,000? Not you personally, but most people, most Americans don't have $3,000 that they can touch right now, cash. Put this in your notes. Your stress level is a direct reflection of your emergency fund. Now, there's a miniature emergency and there's a true emergency. I'll do a true emergency later in the alphabet. Let's talk about your miniature emergency fund today. $3,000 will handle most inconveniences. Most people don't have problems, they have mere inconveniences. But mere inconveniences snowball when you don't have the money. I was so broke, a flat tire would set me back. An $80 flat tire. You trying to plug holes, because the plug may be $3, but the new tire may be $80. So I'm trying to plug a hole. I'm risking my life on bald tires, plugging holes because I don't have $80. Now, if I get a flat tire, which I did the other day, I just grab another car. You see, if money can solve a problem, it's not an emergency, it's an inconvenience. The problem with most Americans is they don't even have $3,000 saved up for an emergency. So when the AC compressor goes out in the middle of the summer, you losing your mind. When the transmission goes out in your car, you losing your mind. When you need a new refrigerator or a heating unit in the winter, furnace, you losing your mind because you didn't prepare for war in times of peace. Guys, look at A, B, C, and D, and E, and look at some of the tips I gave you in the previous letters to start working towards allocation. That means 15%, 10%, 20%. You determine the percentage of every dollar you make should go toward your emergency fund. Because let's face it, emergencies are going to happen. But if you allocate the funds properly, $3,000 will mount up in no time. You know how I know? Because you spend $3,000 in no time. So if you went through $3,000 in no time, which all of you did in November and December, you can't tell me you can't mount $3,000 in no time. That will bring your stress levels down. Now you got your emergency fund. You're showing your family how you did it. You guys are having fun in the process. Family is no longer a topic to fear. And that's how you get through the F in the letters of the alphabet. All right, guys, I got to go. We're going to tackle A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You think I know my alphabet by now. We're going to tackle G tomorrow.